You've got to hear this. The literal master key, the entire playbook for hacking Windows, has just been leaked to the public. And today, we're going to break down exactly what this means for, well, everyone.
So first things first, let's be clear about the source. Everything we're talking about today comes straight from a GitHub repository called the Mimikatz Missing Manual, which was published by a user known as Dark Operator. We're going right to the heart of it.
Okay, just think about this for a second. What if a super high-end, secret training course, the kind that companies pay thousands of dollars for, was suddenly just out there for anyone to see? Because, spoiler alert, that's exactly what just happened.
Yeah, we are not talking about some random blog post here. This material was originally a private curriculum taught at elite security conferences. Now it's gone from a closed-door training session to public knowledge for the whole world.
And it has a name that, let me tell you, carries some serious weight in the security world. The Mimikatz Missing Manual. If you know, you know. That name alone tells you how big of a deal this is.
So, what makes this manual so special, so definitive? It really all comes down to who was behind it. This isn't just some fan's interpretation. It has the ultimate stamp of approval.
Because right there in the repository, it says the material was refined with direct help from Benjamin Delpy. And who's that? Oh, just the guy who created Mimikatz in the first place. You literally can't get any more authoritative than that.
So what even is Mimikatz? Well, it's this legendary tool that can basically reach into a computer's memory and just pull out passwords, hashes, and authentication tokens. It's the master key that lets an attacker, once they're on one machine, potentially unlock the entire network. It's one of the most powerful hacking tools ever made, period. But here's what makes this manual so brilliant. It's not just a big list of commands to copy and paste. No, its real value is in explaining what's happening under the hood, the why behind the how.
This whole thing is basically a masterclass on the Windows Local Security Authority, or LSA. You can think of the LSA as the bouncer for Windows. It handles all the logins and decides who gets access to what. And this manual shows you how to go right for its throat.
The manual is broken down into 7 key parts, and it creates this perfect roadmap. It literally takes you from square one all the way to the most advanced ways to take over a whole domain. Let's take a quick look.
It builds up logically, you see? It starts with the foundations and system internals. Then it gets to the juicy part, attacking the LSSS process to dump credentials. From there, it's all deep dives into heavy-hitting topics like faking Cerberus tickets, messing with digital certificates, setting up long-term domain persistence, and finally, cracking user data with something called DPAPI.
And when it says a deep dive on Cerberus, it means it. We're talking ticket forgery, roasting, all the advanced attacks that let hackers move around a network like they own the place.
Then, in the domain persistence part, you get these insane techniques like DC sync. This one basically lets an attacker pretend to be a domain controller and just ask for all the password data. It's wild. And right after that, it covers DC shadow. This is even crazier. An attacker can register their own fake domain controller to push malicious changes across the network, creating the perfect hidden backdoor.
And that last section on DPAI, so important. It explains how to crack the Windows Data Protection API to decrypt stuff users think is safe. You know, like saved browser passwords or your Wi-Fi keys.
So you're probably thinking, wow, this sounds like a dream come true for hackers. And you're not wrong. But that's only half the story. This manual was built for both sides of the fight. For red teams, the good guy hackers, it's a gold mine of techniques. But for blue teams, the defenders, it's an equally critical guide on what to look for. It shows them the exact breadcrumbs these attacks leave behind. I mean, how can you defend against an attack if you don't truly understand it?
And it doesn't stop there. This is an incredible resource for security researchers, for students who are just starting out, and even for system admins who want to know how to really lock down their networks.
Now for the best part. You can check all of this out for yourself, right now. The authors made it ridiculously easy to get this running on your own computer.
Seriously, after you get the files from GitHub, it's just 2 commands. First, you run pip install mkdocs material to get the requirements. Then, you just type mkdocs serve. That's it.
Once that's running, you just open up a web browser, go to http://localhost:8000, and boom, the entire manual is right there ready for you to explore.
Hey, if you found this breakdown valuable and you think this stuff is as fascinating as I do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It honestly helps us out a ton and lets us keep making these explainers.
Which brings us to the big final question, right? With this kind of expert-level knowledge now out in the open for everyone, what happens next? Does this arm more bad guys, or does it create a whole new generation of defenders who finally have the intel they need to win? That's the question we're all left with. Thanks for tuning in.